No one should be agitating for war with North Korea or war on the Korean Peninsula. Our military is always prepared if necessary, but the cost of war with North Korea would be higher than anything we've seen in generations. We need to do everything we can right now to forestall the possibility of war.
So that is Rhode Island Senator and top Democrat on the Senate Armed Forces Committee, Jack Reed, pushing for a more unified rhetoric from the White House on the handling of North Korea. Reed just returned from Seoul, where he says officials are confused by the president's reactions and losing confidence. The rogue regime now saying nuclear war could break out at any moment. Robert Natter is a former U.S. Navy four-star admiral and former 7th Fleet commander. Sir, thank you for joining us. Do you agree with that assessment?
Well, I agree with the assessment that we are getting to the point of either diplomacy is going to succeed or it's going to fail. And that I think this administration has been fairly consistent in saying that they're not going to stand for a nuclear-armed North Korea. We'll see where it goes from there.
Yeah, that's the opposite of what the former administration, of course, said. National Security Advisor to President Obama, Susan Rice, said that basically we could tolerate a nuclear North Korea, that we have to pretty much accept the inevitable, were some of the things that she said. What's your reaction to that statement?
Well, my reaction to that statement is that the prior administration and indeed succeeding administrations going back 20 years, really, have tried to use the carrot and then the stick and then the carrot, all of which have failed miserably because we are facing a dominant threat here that's very serious. And guess who's holding the bag? The American people. This is not a good situation, and we have not been very good diplomatically at trying to restrict them.
A lot of experts say the reason why this situation is different from the others is because you have a weapon in the hand of someone who doesn't mind starving his people, who doesn't mind apparently killing his own family members, who is, truly, irrational. I guess we throw that word around a lot, but in this case, it seems that it certainly fits. Aren't there weapons that we can use to disable, say, their electric grid and other things that would be a step short of actually going to war, but would cause, some of these weapons to be damaged, destabilized? I mean, what are the other options?
Well, look, the line between intelligence gathering and intelligence work and an act of war is a very thin line. I would argue that taking down a nation's electric grid is an act of war. If someone or nation did it to us, I would certainly consider that an act of war. So we've got to be very careful here with what we're suggesting. The reality, though, is that we've got to exhaust diplomatic efforts, and then short of that, we've got to have ready a military response.
Very quick, the president is visiting Asia next month. He might go to the DMZ. Is that provocative?
Well, this is not the first time that we've had a head of state go to the DMZ. And we've had lots of members of Congress go there. So I would say it's not provocative in and of itself. Okay. Having said that, Kim Jong-un utilizes any action on our part and calls it provocative.
Okay. Sir, thank you. We appreciate your time.
You bet, Melissa.